When you can't make it to City Hall or the school board meetings, local journalists from Duluth News Tribune will be there to report the facts and get your questions answered. Local news works for you. Stay up to date at duluthnewstribune.com.
Hello, Northlanders. It's Tuesday, January 10th. I'm Wyatt Buckner with your Duluth News Tribune Minute, presented by Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union.
The average MPECU member saves over $785 a year in better rates and lower fees. And with MPECU, every ATM is your ATM. With their free checking program, you get ATM fee reimbursements at any ATM anywhere in the U.S. Check out Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union services online at mpecu.com or visit their offices in downtown Duluth, Arrowhead Road, or Miller Trunk Highway.
Now, here's a look at today's headlines. Local officials are advocating for a change in state law that could make it easier for city boards, commissions, and possibly the city council to meet and conduct business remotely. On Monday night, the Duluth City Council voted unanimously in support of a request to change Minnesota's open meetings law. During the earlier stages of the COVID-19 crisis, the City Council and other government boards and commissions were able to meet remotely due to a statewide emergency declaration. But now that the emergency declaration has expired, City Attorney Rebecca St. George said public bodies no longer have the ability to do so. St. George said the proposed change, if approved by the legislature, would provide more flexibility to work around challenges, such as snowstorms or the water leak that forced the recent temporary closure of City Hall. At-large Councilor Teresa Tomanek said there are 4 reasons she supports the change.
It's really hard on some of the boards and commissions to have a quorum. Without a quorum, you can't do business. There have been times when we've had to meet 2 or 3 months later in order to get things done. Also, there's accessibility. This building is hard to get into, and so it limits people in their ability to get here. Equity, people have to take off not only the hour or 2 hours to be on the board or commission, they have to take off time to get here, which means travel time. And there's sustainability because they have to drive here or take public transportation. So there's a lot behind this.
Another backer of the change was 2nd District Councilor Mike Mayo. He said after contracting COVID-19, he was not able to vote on a resolution voicing support for striking nurses. Mayo said he was deprived of the opportunity to participate in the debate or vote because of his desire to act responsibly. Authorities identified a 55-year-old Twin Cities woman who was killed in a snowmobile crash along an Iron Range trail Saturday. Nancy L. Grayman of Albertville died after she lost control of her snowmobile and struck a tree on the Bearskin Trail in Morecambe Township, approximately 30 miles north of Hibbing, according to the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office. Grayman was the only rider on the snowmobile and apparently lost control while navigating a turn, the Sheriff's Office previously reported. An ongoing nationwide pilot shortage is continuing to delay the potential flight between Duluth and Denver. The long-awaited daily flight to Denver International Airport would give passengers from Duluth access to a major hub to the West Coast and Intermountain West, but there just aren't enough pilots to support new routes, with regional airlines struggling to staff existing service, Tom Werner, executive director of the Duluth Airport Authority, said. Still, Werner is hopeful that the $750,000 grant awarded by the U.S. Department of Transportation in 2021 will attract an airline to establish the route. The airport has an 8-year window to use the grant. The federal grant, coupled with additional funds from area businesses, the City of Duluth and St. Louis County, is meant to, quote, mitigate startup risk for the airline and do some initial marketing, end quote, Werner said. There was already a pilot shortage prior to the COVID-19 pandemic. At the time, the airline industry forecast it would worsen with a wave of pilots approaching the mandatory retirement age of 65. But when COVID-19 hit in early 2020 and people stopped flying, it accelerated those retirements and interrupted the training of would-be pilots. Looking ahead, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics estimates there will be more than 18,000 openings for airline and commercial pilots each year for the next decade. Now here's a look at your forecast, brought by the Women Today 6th Annual Rosie Awards.
Good morning. Duluth area weather forecast for today. Scattered areas of light freezing drizzle, patchy fog, otherwise mostly cloudy. Mild today with a high around 30 degrees. Scattered light freezing drizzle and fog will continue in through the night tonight, just kind of scattered up around the area. It'll gradually eventually turn over to a little better chance of snow tonight and in through Wednesday. Not talking big accumulations, but very sloppy weather will continue. High on Wednesday, right around 30 or 31 degrees. Will continue relatively mild with temps in the 20s the rest of the week. I'm Storm Tracker meteorologist John Wheeler.
Thank you to the Rosie Awards for their support. Northland women are a driving force in our community. They are advocates, mentors, volunteers, and leaders. Nominate a special woman you think deserves to be recognized at thewomantoday.com or by email at dearrosie@thewomantoday.com. Nominations are now open and continue through January 31st. Reporting for today's episode was done by Peter Passy and Tom Olson. Thank you for listening to Duluth News Tribune Minute. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.